Hi everyone, today is Tuesday, June the 18th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. Here we are taking a look at SPY. This, remember, was the measurement for the largest recent volume candlestick. As long as a new one comes around in the near term, we will shift, but until a new one comes out, we're going to leave it right there to do the measurements. This area is our FOMC move. Looks a little weird. Yes, here it is, right here. And you can see we are up at the top of one measurement and halfway through the other measurement. Where's the next line in the sand? 550 to 551. The buyers are still intent on moving price forward, but we're very stretched. And so when we're very stretched, we need to look at these tighter formations and start watching for lower highs and lower lows. Seeing a little bit of that today, but not a ton. And so my thought here is dips or buy zones. Here is yesterday's VWAP event at 545. We might be able to see some buyers there, but I like to go to candlestick congestion. And so that puts us at about 545.40. Okay, the first anchored VWAP in this space gives us another heavy congestion space at 543. If we hold up, we've got motion that still puts us in between two anchored VWAPs, and that one is at 548-ish, and that's what we're going to look to see if we can break through. If we get above 548, we're probably going to hit 550 to 551. Remember, we do have a holiday tomorrow, and so I don't know what that's going to do to volume. Look at how the Qs look. They look kind of dreadful. Again, caught between two anchored VWAPs on the 30-minute chart. And the goal here, as we look for the momentum to sort of tighten up a little bit and have charts drift into the moving average, we want to see both lower highs and lower lows. Right now, we're seeing a lower high, but we continue to see higher lows. Anytime we see higher lows, it tells us that buyers are still holding the cards. And the bottom of this range looks like it's about 484.35. Dips are certainly buy zones. If we go to the daily chart, we measure that FOMC move, we can see that we are sitting at the top of that first expansion. And so what does that give us? Maybe a midline test. That midline test, if I were to put a wager on it, looks like about 479. And then there's another spot at 481. Pullbacks are clearly buy zones, folks. The near-term support looks like that 484.35. Where are the traders headed? Potentially 490, right? If we take a look at the calls, wow, there's some people that have got the 555 calls, thereabouts, for June of 2025. And so that's pretty interesting. They've got some sort of strangle going on here. And then someone's got a January, the 319 calls. Very interesting. That's a very outsized trade. It could mean, listen, if that one's right, somebody's going to make a boatload of cash. If those are fine, I think that's really far away. I'd be inclined to maybe do the 438 calls, but we'll see how much that premium is. We'll start looking at these guys, see if we can position along with them from an options perspective. All right, let's take a look at the futures very quickly. We are in rollover today and tomorrow. A lot of folks aren't trading. Frankly, I wish I had not traded yesterday because the first half of the day, I had some good trades, but I got stuck in my bias short for an extended period of time until I really listened to Deanna Angelo, who's on Fast Markets yesterday, and she said, hey, why are we considering shorts? Why not consider longs? And man, she was spot on. I turned around and was able to recover a fair bit of what I lost, but my bias got the best of me. So what are we looking at today? 55.61, thereabouts the midpoint of this expansion from the FOMC. Next line, 5600. I think Tom Lee called somewhere around 5630 as an expansion in the ES, but I'm not sure. If you're interested in Tom Lee, he's He calls himself Tom Lee, not the drummer. Funny joke for those of us that know what that means. But this is what's happening. Pullbacks or buy zones. Could we come in to 55.20 and then bounce? Yeah, take a look at this. Look at the anchored VWAPs. Highest high and lowest low, and they're right on top of each other at 55.03. I wouldn't be surprised if we came right back into that heavy congestion, and I wouldn't be surprised if we bounce straight up and move there. It really is a coin toss at this time. Hate to say that, but that's really how it looks to me. Bullish, yes, but how it's bullish is another storyboard. Same thing, FOMC move, 100% expansion up at the 2269 area. Listen, I had a long here. I got out at 70, 74. But still, I left, what, almost 200 points on the table. Unbelievable move. And we're continuing to advance. What does that mean? Pullbacks or buy zones, folks. This thing is on a rocket ship. Very big volume in the near term in the rotation over to the newest contract. So we'll see how the others do, but this is the first real day of rollover that we're seeing. Where could we go? 20,460, 20,655. Pullbacks, that 20,070, or if we're lucky, we might get a nice fade into 19,960. Let's take a look at the YM. This FOMC move, look at us, fell out of it and then came right back into it. Let me duplicate this and see how far we fell out of it. About 3/4. I wish we had a GAN box in here. I gotta ask the guys over there to give us a GAN box. And so we could see that that's right about the 3/4 edge. Beautiful fade into that space. And now, sitting just below the halfway point of this 100% expansion, it's 39,313. Listen, we can easily see how the YM looks very different than any of the other charts we're looking at. I think that's a warning sign. So chances are we see 39,000 today. It could be very sideways. All of the moving averages, the VWAP, the anchored VWAPs of the highest high and the lowest low, the exponential moving average, all of them converging in this space. It looks very sideways. We could pop up over 39,313 into 39,423 and 39,544, but bounces under this environment, they're going to be sell zones. They're going to be wicks, just the way the ball bounces in here. All right, want to be super careful trading that one quickly. TY. Let's see what the Russell's doing. Oh yeah, looks even worse, right? This is, people are giving up on the Russell. Thank goodness I never actually had my eyes set on the Russell bouncing, just simply because it seems absurd. Now, somebody's trying to do it. Like, oh, they're underperforming, reversion to the mean. Yes, but how long you're going to have to hold this? Totally another story. Definitely down for the intraday trader. The first bounce that we see into this 2085 or even 2068, we could see ourselves a pretty good short right off of that motion. Let's take a look at oil. This is in a shorting formation as far as I'm concerned, right? And you can see a lot of people wanting to short 80. It bounced right up there. This number, how long have we had this number here, right? Yes, it's bullish into this pressure event. Now we go to the weekly formations and see, well, what are we seeing? Hey, highest high VWAP, lowest low VWAP. The traders are trying to get up over here, folks, but this is a sell zone at the first pass. So what do you want to do? I'm going to be looking for 80, maybe 81 to see if I can short. Watch for the structure to break down, and that'll be a great trade. All right, momentum is down, trend is down to flat, could be sideways, but that 80 seems like the thou shalt not pass event at this structure and juncture. And so what do we want to see happen? One, we want to see failure to test higher, and we want to see lower lows. So did we failed to test higher. Well, yesterday, yes, we did. This morning, yes, we have. That's a double topping formation. Here it is trying to give it up. But this leg of higher lows is telling us that the traders are still looking for the congestion ledge. I think it's up here. Could it be that 80? Maybe I shouldn't go 80.85. Maybe I should go 80.60 and have 81 be that warning zone that tells me the trade is wrong. I am not going to take this short until it breaks north and then loses this edge near 80.85 and below. And then I'm going to look for the first bounce pass and take the short. All right, that's what's going on for me. Yesterday evening, Dakota took a short in gold. Very nice. That's certainly the number we've been looking at for a while. The pre-market event, this feels like it should be this 2 contract. Let's see. Potentially, yep. Looks like it. And that fade has been very pretty. I was looking for this 23.35 area to short. Yesterday it came in and absolutely beautiful. Now, see the higher lows? It's time to get out. It certainly is time to get out of this trade. All right, everyone, take it easy. Volume's going to be light. We've got a holiday tomorrow. Man, am I going to be staring at the back of my eyelids. I am just exhausted and looking forward to getting some energy back. I think I'll get out on the water. All right, everyone, I'll see you on the streams.